this wet and windy day, on the waterfront in Brooklyn, New York, a strange and puzzling scene will raise questions that require an earnest investigation of the facts. What you are about to see and hear will undoubtedly cause an increase in your awareness to the subtle yet potentially destructive power that some people abuse in the name of God. This man has lost most of his family to a belief system which creates divisions among many of those who beg to differ, even those of their own household. This is the headquarters of the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, more commonly known around the world as Jehovah's Witnesses. Thousands of loyal, hard-working young men and women live and work in these buildings, their lives dedicated to supporting the authority structure of this organization. They truly believe the Watchtower represents God's only true channel on the earth. To them, it has become the only hope for survival of the end of the world. Hundreds of millions of books and magazines are printed here to be distributed by unquestioning faithful believers in over 200 countries and dozens of languages and dialects. Their degree of spirituality is measured by the devotion of literally billions of hours of dedicated service to one of the largest publishing companies in the world. And yet there is much heartache within many families who have become estranged from each other due to the powerful influence of unorthodox teachings, interpretations, legalism, and dogma, which are to be accepted without question. Not all is well within the kingdom of the Watchtower. This film is about the lives of some of those who were courageous in their search for the truth. And yet there are tens of thousands of untold stories of those who have suffered at the hands of harsh taskmasters. Self-appointed judges rule the flock with an iron hand rather than genuine love. This has nothing to do with obedience to God, but hints of slavery to man. Often it results in much turmoil, leading to pressures which affect every other aspect of a person's life. In the period of transition after leaving such a powerful hold on one's existence behind, few people ever anticipate the aftershocks of emotions experienced in dealing with what they now believe to be mind control. When an individual is judged for exercising his God-given right and privilege to make his own decisions, the freedom he was promised quietly slips away, leaving him a victim, unaware that he is a slave to bondage. By personal experience, we have come to realize that we have been exposed to what is now recognized as spiritual abuse. Without the proper help to assist in the transition of freeing one's mind, some are overcome by chronic depression and even suicide. All are symptoms of guilt and shame, the scars of addiction to a man-made religious organization. Many experience feelings of personal worthlessness that a person is subliminally programmed to experience upon leaving. A feeling of condemnation by God's only true church. We now know that this method of teaching to indoctrinate a person with fear is truly an act of spiritual abuse. The pain that a person feels when they have lost their family can only be imagined unless someone has been there. In today's world, Everyone knows of someone who is deeply affected in one way or another. We will attempt to present as clear a picture as possible of the various experiences and of their emotional and psychological impact on the lives of those who lived them.
Involvement in cults. I have a number of relatives who are Jehovah's Witnesses, and probably the most outstanding thing that happened to me is my grandfather committed suicide in a mental frenzy about Armageddon.